Hello and welcome to Hurt Records. I wanted to make a video as a kind of prologue to the videos that you're going to be seeing, just talking about what's coming, type of videos we're going to be making, and a couple of the projects and the studio. So why are we making videos? This is a record label. Why are we making videos? Well, I have a long history of making videos. Been making videos for about 10 years in different places and for different projects. And really it comes down to, when I was younger, I would have loved to have seen or been a fly on the wall at a studio, which is why we have a fly on the wall series of videos. Just to see people's workflows, the way that they interact and they attack a mix, and the compromises they have to go through, all that kind of stuff. And this studio has recently been renovated. We have another studio as well, currently coming up the ranks. And this studio is different because when it all converted to digital, and I was around engineering then, it was a big change and I embraced it. I loved the idea of digital, but I feel that digital lacks a certain, I want to say finesse, but a lot of people will think it's the opposite. But I find that I can get my ideas out, and in the least, with the least number of compromises, when I use complete analog paths, where I have a lot of outboard gear and lots of outboard gear, some vintage, some digital, and I'm going to be showing you a lot of that as we go through. I also have a stereo pair of Studer tapes, which are new, so that all of my digital stuff will eventually get turned into something slightly warmer anyway. But the studio records straight to Pro Tools HDX3. I say straight to, we have SSL and UA preamps. I like SSL for preamps because I'm just used to them, I suppose. I prefer Neve for EQ and SSL for their preamps. I've always liked them. So everything you hear through the studio will run through either an SSL chain or a UA chain. Then I have my favourite EQ at the moment has to be a JDK, which is R24, I believe it's called, which is actually an API company. An API make really good EQs. My second favourite technically EQ, because I prefer a Neve EQ, which I don't know the name. I have it as a lunchbox, but the name's been like rubbed out. It's had so much use. It's about almost 20 years old, I think. So I don't actually know the model number, but that's my favorite. This is my second. It's my second favorite because it's a stereo EQ and it uses an API chain. I really like API as well. I don't know, there's loads of equipment. We'll get through that when we get to the videos, but that's the basic input is through SSL and UA into Pro Tools HDX3. That's what you need to know, really. And we do all our mixing in the box. We're in the box with the C24 desk to kind of give me something hands-on. I'm almost feel out of my depth with a mouse and keyboard. I like the idea of being able to touch the music, and that gives me the ability to do so. I'm a guitarist. Was technically a pianist first, but I'm a guitarist, and so I have I maybe have over 300 effects pedals. I have a lot of stuff, and outboard as well for guitar. I have things like a new Kemper profiling head and things like that, which I'm getting used to. But I like all sorts of music, not just guitar-based stuff. And although the projects that we'll be working on with the Fly on the Wall series first will be called Quiet One, and that's predominantly piano and guitar-based stuff. It's not heavy guitar; it's almost entirely clean guitar, and a lot of it through my Fender Twin Reverb, which is I say it's new, it's really old, but it's my newest love, and I have some quite cool guitar chain stuff which I'll show you as well. But so the idea of this whole thing is to give you the ability to stay in this room with with me and with us as other people come through, and you'll see the way that we try and work. And again, if you're not so keen on it, we can change it up, and I'm very open to suggestions and any sort of suggestion that you can give me if you want to see certain things. The one thing I'm not so keen on is showing you the screen itself. You know, I can play you parts of songs, but I think from an engineer point of view, if I saw a screen with the song on it completely laid out, you know, in full HD, I wouldn't be that impressed, because there's some magic that needs to be left alone until you hear the songs finally. But the rest of it, I'll show you some of my workflows, some of the troubles that we have with the studio, which there's a lot of those, and just give you the ability to take part a bit. And I don't know anyone else. I know Dave Pensado, Pensado's Place, who's massive inspiration. I love Dave, I think he's great, and Herb. Hello guys, by the way. I think they're both great, and they're doing a lot of good for the kind of production community as well, and the mixing community. And although I had this idea a long time ago, I think that they've kind of rekindled this nice idea to do it. And I hope you join me for a lot of videos, hopefully. And thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.